Hey there everyone, Luke here, and wow, can you really believe it? We're only 1 week away from the Witch Watch anime, so not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. Witch Watch anime will be premiering, and obviously this week we're getting the colour spread to commemorate that in week short jump. Can you really believe it? Nearly 200 chapters of this series, we're finally getting the anime adaptation. Now, that's either really good or really bad, because honestly, Witch Watch, like I said in my stream of Party Jams, it is just a vastly underrated series, and hopefully the anime will give it more love and recognition. I know some people in other Discord servers that I'm a part of are looking forward to it, so I'll be interested to see what they think, because I know someone on Twitter has kind of dropped it, wasn't really feeling it, and hey, that's fine. It's not for everyone. But yeah, the fact that we're getting it is just so exciting, and it's kind of like the studio that's made it, like, right, 100 girlfriends said it for now. What can we do? Let's do Witch Watch. It's kind of the thing they've gone for there. But yeah, so that's what I want to say. So without further ado, we can move on to chapter 195, titled. A birthday mix-up. Yeah, it was kind of a bit like blending into the background there, the title of the chapter. But yeah, so it starts off with Khan's birthday. Khan, correct me if I'm wrong, but is he 15 or 16? So now it would be like 17 or 16, depending on the age range. I'm gonna say like he's 16, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, anyway, everyone is just celebrating his birthday in the house. So we've got another chapter going back to focusing on the family here, and even more shenanigans. But yeah, as the caption suggests, like, this is going to be a difficult day for him in more ways than one, because I was not expecting this from a chapter when we get to the moment. And oh my god, it reminded me so much of a really awful movie that I can't believe I've remembered at this point. But yeah, he's looking around. He's looking around at everything, and he's flattered because he's thinking like, "Oh, you really didn't have to go all out for this." So I can imagine Khan would be the kind of person who would be like, "Look, just get me a cake, and just pay for a dinner for me, and that will make me happy for my birthday." I can imagine he'll just be someone like that, like not willing to fuss over there, because you can tell right on the first page that he's kind of embarrassed about all this, while like, "Happy birthday to you," kind of thing. You can see like the embarrassment in his eyes, whilst he's thinking like, "Oh yeah," and he's too polite as well to be like, "Guys, this is a little bit too embarrassing for me, so can you please just tone it down here?" But yeah, Nico's birthday present to him is a spell, and this is where he's like freaking out. And I can't really blame it, because every time a spell has been used on Khan or anything, it's all gone like completely crazy here. And he's just like, no, Nico, it's fine. You don't have to give me that kind of birthday present. I mean, Mori would just wound up being struck by lightning, and he'd probably be like scrunched into a bottle. Khan would be, as Mori's just like, "Oh, it'll be fine if she didn't say anything funny before that. So why don't you give it a try?" As we get recaps of minor things have happened, minor misfortunes throughout the series on the family. I've been cast out on the family and Mori by mistake, as Nico says like, "Oh, don't worry, this is a different spell." As she is scrounging around for something, because she's like got this particular item in mind that she's gonna use the spell on, and it's just like, "Oh, where is it?" Before we get what looks like a Frankenstein, stitched up voodoo doll that looks as though it's ready to be the showman of a particular game show. So Nico says to Khan like, "Okay, don't worry about this. Here's how it works. You see, I'm going to be turning this doll into a god. As long as it's not the god of love from 100 Girlfriends, I will be perfectly happy." in all seriousness, if anyone wants to join me on the Control Chaos Discord server to watch that series or go through a read through of that series, I'd be more than happy to do that at some point. Get more people into the series, get more people in Discord. I'd be perfectly happy to do that. But yeah, Khan is just freaking out by like, Nico, you're just obviously making stuff up here. This is why I don't like things like this, which you can imagine as well. The author from week to week kind of like has a thing of like, okay, I want a birthday party and I want a voodoo doll that's going to be a god. Like, how do I get there? And his editor is like, why do you keep coming up with the most bizarre things? As Khan continues on and says, if you gotta do it right. Like, don't make any mistakes now, Nico. I don't know about turning things into God, but just don't just pick anything at random. As Nico says, no, it's fine. Really, anything will work as long as it's a doll. And when Khan is like, question like, where did this doll even come through in the first place? We get a little bit of backstory on Moy here, where he's like, I made the doll for 3rd grade in a class project, as Mirio says, this already has the width of a spell about to go sideways. Inspector, like, Mirio's like aware of like the cliches of this series. Like, every time something like this happens, like, it's gonna go south in a really crazy way. As Kay goes like, is it me or does it feel like a voodoo, like essentially just saying what I've said, like, yeah, this obviously is a voodoo doll. So as Nico sets the spell, she explains the rules like, okay, Khan, you gotta make 5 wishes. So is it a god or a genie or Jirachi from Pokemon? Make up your mind, Nico. So she explains the spell of like, it lasts for a single day. Each time you do a good deed, it will grant 1 wish up to 5 of them. As Carl's like, okay, so seems pretty simple enough here. Well, it probably ain't all that bad. If it's just for a day, then like, he's like, okay, if it's just for a day, what's the harm that can happen? Yeah, that's going to come out to bite him in the ass in a bit. So Khan begins to explain like what his wishes are going to be. He wishes for a group photo, and if he's going to stand out, he's got to be the one that's going to be really emotive. As we have the voodoo god doll genie thing. Following his instructions. I can imagine if we got to this point in the anime, the voice would be like, 1, 2, be emotive. Like something like that, like very robotic in that way. And Khan is getting a little bit too like carefree here, just being like, oh, and I want to be a popular, a really pick up artist. I want to be bolder, move up in the world, but stay humble. I want to be a healthy, down to earth guy. So, healthy, down to earth guy, move up in the world, stay humble, bolder, pick up artist. And really emotive. So like, those are his 5 wishes that are going to come true on this day in a way that he's probably not expecting. As Rory says, those all sound like the standard wishes any TV boy would, any teenage boy would make. You have just chickened it out here. And Mirio adds on to that, like, you should have wished to go into space. I would have loved to have seen you shoot up into the sky like some kind of human firework. Yeah, that would have been crazy to see. But no, what we're going to see is something even more crazier, as Nico says, and there you go, now you just gotta spend today like normal, don't do anything out of the ordinary, just be nice to people, and then your wishes will come true. As this is happening, Nico says to Khan, like, oh, could you open the lid for that on me, basically, sort of like a snack, like one of those really like, oh, this is hard to get off by me, like, can you come and help me here? And Khan's like, yeah, sure about that. And this is where one of his wishes comes true, because he's done one good deed. Now his first wish is going to come true, and he turns into an emoji face. Like, seriously, like, where does the author get these ideas from? So as Khan is freaking out, like, about what has just happened to his face, at first I think he's like, thinking like, oh, come on, you really don't mean that. Like, I've got the face of an emoji. Like, so does that mean, like, I just have, have a face that reminds you guys of emojis, and they're like, no. Like, literally, you are an emoji face, right? Emoji face right now. The same one that when you put text in, that's what they come up like. Yeah, you look like that, man. And they say for that it's actually pretty expensive. So yeah. I don't know how the doll got like, I want to be pretty expensive. Like, okay, let's make him an emoji face. I don't know how he got around that. Like, was it like just so vague of a statement? Like, the doll just was like picking the thing that they could think of the top of their head. Like, okay, what's the most expressive thing in the world right now? Emojis. As Khan says, this is my emotive face, like in quotations. As he said, hang on, I said emotive and it heard emoji. What? Oh, so it heard emotive as emoji. Like, what the hell? Like, how do you confuse those two things? Like, I really don't get it. Yeah, so that was Wish One to be more emotive, and the doll was like, okay, he wants to be more, but let's make him emoji. Let's make him emoji. And Khan is like, oh, come on, this is what I knew was exactly what's going to happen. I knew this thing would be dumb. Why have you made this? Like, why does this keep happening to us? I wanted to look cool, okay? I wanted to take an awesome photo with my friends on my birthday. So how come I'm the only one who looks like a... Okay, I don't even know what that is. Like, so... ASC11 from it. Like, I really don't know what that means. So can someone please explain that? It's on page 7 where Khan is doing like this kind of expression. So I really don't know what that is. So hopefully someone will inform me of that. And Bad is just there, like, Bad really hasn't done anything in this chapter. She's just been kind of in the background, but she gets one funny line here, which is, not gonna lie, it's kind of funny. Like, yeah, it really is, like, that, like, you go from seeing your friend all cheery, relaxed, and just full of, like, to suddenly having an emoji face. It's like, just a juxtaposition right there is like, whoa, okay, wasn't expecting that. As Nico says, well, talk about weird. I wonder if it's because this god doesn't look smart. As Khan is like, that's what I told you at the start. Like, this thing, like, you should not have used this, and now look at what it's done to me. And it's like, oh, fine, I've got an emoji face, whatever. Okay, there's no telling what happened next, so I'm just gonna stop. So he's like, okay, this happened because I did a good thing. I know that I know that the wishes to activate them, I have to do good deeds. So it's like, I'm not going to do anything. Like, all you have to do, Con, is just like go into your room, sit down, read a book for yourself. Oh wait, would the god count that as a good thing? Read a book, like taking care of yourself. Would the god count that as a good thing as well? But yeah. Anyway. Bia is like, oh, Con, what slice of cake would you like? As he says, like, oh, you pick, like, basically giving the good deed of like, oh, someone else could go first, I'll just pick whatever. This activates the second wish, and you can probably feel like what he's thinking like now, like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, really, something as just simple like that will make the wishes come true. So yeah, as the second wish starts happening, we see Maury picking up Con, and he's like, oh, what are you picking me up for? As Maury's like, oh, because I thought you'd look like art, and he's like, oh, come on, he's really turned me into a pickup artist right here. Which, let me go back to that wish again. Quickly, a real pickup artist. So that the god doll voodoo thing is like, oh, pick up, like someone actually is picking him up. Like, great wordplay right there. There we go again with another weirdo take of what I'm actually saying. Like, I can just imagine, like, him wanting to pick up that door and it's like, this is not what I mean about these things! Like, just shaking the door right there to, like, get it right. So, at this point, Khan is lying to his arms make nice sandals, and he's emitting some kind of pheromone that makes you want to pick him up. So, like, his hands are pheromone, and I'm just like, we want to pick up this guy. We can't explain it. We just want to pick up this guy, and he's so light as well that it makes me like he's 22 pounds, which 14 pounds is 1 stone, so he's like one and a half stone right here. So really easy for anyone to pick him up. Before they say, oh, but you look like Art. As he's like, stop treating me like I'm some sort of luggage package here. Enough of this. If I stick around here, you guys will just be picking me up one after another. So I'm gonna go outside right now. I don't care. I just need to get out of this situation right now. Any way to get me out of this madness. But Nikos was like, can't wait. She's like, oh, and they're like, oh, there he goes. Is he gonna be okay? As Millie says, like, who knows? He's a nice guy. He does things for other people far more often than he realizes. That's one of Colin's like biggest strengths. But in this situation, it's his greatest weakness. Like, he wants to not do nice things, but at the same time, his character's like, I really need to do these nice things for people because I'm grateful for the life I have right now. So he's like, oh, why curse me? Am I nice nature? You, as Moikatia said, you know, it's just gonna end up backfiring on him. Life is so unfair. As Nico apologized, like, I'm sorry, Con. How was I supposed to know that the door would take this the wrong way and literally make you into an emoji friend? Now making me a pick of eyes when you're gonna do nice things. As Con is outside and it's just like, oh, my arms are getting hurt. This way is actually kind of tough. It's like I look like some dude strutting down the street or whatever. Whatever did I wish for? Being bolder, moving up. Yeah, I don't really get how this is supposed to be like bolder, moving up in the world. Like, what does he? What are they really expect? Oh no, he's imagining. Sorry, I missed part. Like moving up in the world, like he's probably interpreting it like, oh my god, does this mean I'm just gonna get taller by the second? As he continues on, he's like, oh, maybe coming outside wasn't the smartest plan. So long as I don't do any good deeds for anyone, I can get through this. But of course he's going to do good deeds because he's Khan. As he picks up a hanky for a person. Why would you bring the doll with you? Why would you bring the actual doll with you when you know the doll is part of the problem? I guess, does he really have to have the doll with him? That was not established as far... Nico does not explain at any point, like, the doll has to actually be with him for the wishes to come true. So, But at the same time, like, oh, this is so confusing. Like, why couldn't he have just left the doll at home? So as Calm picks up the hanky for the mother, not for the mother, the woman, he starts going on, being like, Brad, he starts going, Brad, like, just in the word, in what I assume the woman thinks, like, this is some sort of guy trying to play a trick on me. Like, what the hell are you talking about here? As he's like, whoa, hang on, so I didn't mean to say it like that, but this is where he gets the notion of like, oh, this is what I meant to be bold, like just speaking whatever I think of, whatever the first thing that comes to mind without any filters whatsoever. That's oh no! What it is every time I say the letter B, it comes out bolder. So like, oh, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, brother, like something like that. As Colin's like, oh, what the heck made you think that's what I wanted? And when you grant one wish, overwrite the earlier ones. Don't keep laying it in onto me. Don't keep laying all of these problems in onto me right now. As the woman just, of course, gets the urge to just pick up Calm right there. And it's like, that does it, I can't take it anymore. I'm going home and I'm not doing any more good deeds. And of course, what should happen but a blind man wanting to cross the street, so of course, yeah, is it a blind man? Yeah, it's a blind man wanting to cross the streets, and he's like, oh, come on. He's probably thinking like, oh, come on. Can you really just give me a moment where I'm not helping out someone? But of course, with the blind man, like, that's obviously like anyone with any sense of conscience would help someone like that. And if you don't, then I'm sorry, but if you don't help a blind person in their time of need, when they do need some assistance, then I'm sorry. You are a bit of a douche canoe when you willingly know that you can help, that you have the capacity to help someone, especially a blind person, but you don't. Yeah, I'm sorry, you are a douche. Sorry to get a bit topical there, but I digress. So at this point, this is where Khan starts floating away, going up in the world, quite literally going up and up and up and up. As he's like, I'm moving up in the world and sitting like a humble monk. And he's like, holy crap, I'm flying. What the heck? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do right now? And I'm stuck sitting like a monk. I can't do a thing. And this way I'm gonna float all the way up into space. And Spider's like, oh wait, there he is. Can we get him down right now? As Miri's like, oh, he's definitely going to go up to heaven. As he's like, oh, can't my last wish somehow fix this? As I'm like, no, boy, ain't gonna help or anything. As he's like, crap, I'm cooked. I'm gonna fall right now. As he's like, oh, as would look where I have it at this moment in time, like his wishes are like, okay, this is one time these wishes are actually going to be helpful. As he saves the kid from getting hit by a truck, as he's finally able to come back down to earth, to be a heavily down to earth guy, and being down to earth literally brought him down, and he looks ridiculously healthy. His skin is so healthy it's almost gleaming, and yeah, it really is gleaming. It's like that. Oh, you're seeing God kind of gleam as they go. Caution's floated out of the sky as the picture of Elf, as he says to the guys, oh, thank you very much for a lovely birthday. Being a monk has made me pure-hearted. Like, he's probably saying, like, being a monk has made me so pure-hearted and everything. And they say, oh, he's stuck sitting like that though. Well, only one can float up or down. Fortunately, he's easy to pick up. As he says to Maury to round out the chapter, I'm blessed by your kindness. So, really crazy chapter right there. Did not expect this one bit. Like, seriously, emoji and wishes going vague. Like, what? I guess I'll have to call this review "Vague Wishes" or something like that along those lines, because they really were like the most vaguest of vaguest things. Now, where do we go from here? Like I said, anyone's guess. Like, you can really, like, who would have predicted this being the chapter for this week? I certainly didn't. I don't think anyone else did. So, again, that's part of the journey of Witch Watch. You're just going to have to let each chapter come as they do and see where the madness takes us. But anyway, guys, what did you think of this chapter? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys.